Hey.
Hey, what? Hey, my mic's not on, Chris.
Something light for your Tuesday night. You like that rhyme?
Dude, you should be.
That was off the top of the dome piece.
There you go.
Let's go.
Hey, we're very happy around here for
Yeah,
a
we are.
handful of different reasons. Aaron not being here. Just kidding. That's not one of them. We miss
Travis
him.
is back. It's been 3 weeks,
3
bro.
weeks, 3 straight podcasts. Your boy's not been here.
How you feeling? What's the good word?
The good word is,
Started a job.
yeah, I got a new job. Days kind of got mixed up to where I couldn't be here. And then a couple weeks ago, my brother had a little bit of a medical incident, but he's doing 100% fine.
Nice. There it is.
And then 3 weeks ago was just a scheduling error on our part. Aaron's fault, but I'll take the heat on that one.
Boom.
Boom.
There you go. Hopefully he
Anyways.
doesn't listen. He will, though.
We did a lot of birthday shout-outs last week, and
Yes.
we missed an important one. Our famous producer, Chris, over here.
At copy and sign.
And Steele.
How do you do the and sign? Just copy and. You guys
It's
all
like
know
an
the
8
and
with a
sign?
little, it's an 8 with a little extra on it.
So technically, it's called an ampersand.
An
Oh, okay.
ampersand.
Yeah, Chris went to college.
Steel. I went to college, but it was in.
No, you did not go to college.
It was in Iowa. So
You
it
were
was-
at college. You didn't go to
Oh,
college.
yeah. Copy and for Sant Steel at gmail.com. No, it's just copy and steal, and that's it. Instagram. But it was his birthday last Monday. We dropped the ball on that one. Shout out, Chris.
Yeah.
Happy,
I was
what, 28th?
Yep, 28.
28,
Thank you,
atta
guys.
girl.
Nailed
Hey,
it.
I'm right behind you, bud. Back up in February, I'll be 28 with you.
Nice, man.
Dope.
We'll be sure to forget that one, too, huh, boss?
Yeah,
No,
well,
I'm
you,
just
do
kidding.
you do every year.
Yeah, true. Dang it. No, I don't.
Yeah, last year, Gabby, wonderful Gabby, had to remind you that it was my birthday.
Last year, Gabby reminded me. The year before that, your mom texted me at like 8 p.m. like, hey, it's Travis's birthday.
It's all good, though. We're kind of men now. It's not that big of a deal.
Oh, not at all.
If I was
not at all.
13 years old and you forgot my birthday, I'd be pissed.
Absolutely. Well, fun things have happened in the last like 10 minutes. Lakers just won. They're up 3-1. Let's go. That's
LeBron
big
knowing how to
time.
close out those 3-1 leads, unlike some teams.
100%. Ooh. Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
shade.
that was a jab. I think I
At
missed
Kawhi.
that podcast.
Kawhi. Yeah, you did.
Huh?
Kawhi. All right, so we got NBA talk. We'll hop into that. Initially, we've got some NFL. We want to recap last week, things that shook down. I don't know what that even means. And then our next picks for this week. Aaron's out. Unfortunately, he's a little sick. Not coronavirus. We're good on that. But he's out this week. We'll break down his picks, our picks, and all that good stuff. MLB playoffs can't help you too much on that one, but we'll just tell
Aaron's
you.
our baseball guy.
Aaron's our baseball guy. We'll just tell you what's going on and not get into it too much. And then Travis got a game to round us out. So super brief and easy and simple.
Yep. And stay tuned for that game, though. It's a really good one. It has to do with NBA Finals, which are going on right now.
Nice.
So make sure you listen to the entire podcast, and I'll find you if you don't.
Nice. All right. Hopping into it. NBA, of course, Lakers just went up 3-1 as of about 30 minutes ago, which is great news for us.
Yep.
What are your thoughts?
Well,
Oh,
I
go
just
ahead.
want to go right off the bat. I think Frank Vogel has done a really good job so far in the playoffs here. But I think even though the Lakers' talent is clearly head and shoulders above the Miami Heat, I think Eric Spoelstra has been the reason these games are close. They're the reason that game 3 was won. And honestly, it's the reason I think they won the second series in the Eastern Conference Finals in the
I know.
playoffs this year. Eric Spoelstra was fantastic.
The Celtics have clearly more talent than the Heat.
They
so.
do, but you know what? I was reading about that series, and do you know what the main difference is with that series? What happened was the Heat played zone defense
Yeah.
for 280 possessions in that Eastern Conference Finals. And when you got little doofuses like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and all these guys that aren't experienced or well-seasoned vets,
Yeah.
they're not going to know how to react. You know, the Lakers or the Heat tried to do it against the Lakers in the first couple of games, and the Lakers just plowed through it. They know what they're doing. LeBron James is probably the smartest guy in the NBA.
Plus,
with the most experience.
You had all that time to anticipate too, because you won in 5. So therefore, the Celtics you were waiting for that series to end. They knew that was going to come. So yeah, keep going.
Yeah, and then if you refer back to the second round against the Bucks, like I called it before the series start, pat myself on the back because no one else will. Giannis was completely schemed out of the game, the whole series. I mean, I know he had a little bit of injuries later on, but he was schemed out. He's a guy you can scheme out. His weaknesses are too big and easy to see. So when whatever happens in this series, I just want to really emphasize how impressive Eric Spoelstra has been. I think he's a fantastic top 3, maybe even best coach in the NBA right now.
I think the best.
Boom.
Boom. All that.
Dropping bombs.
No,
you're right.
Yeah.
It might be.
Sorry.
I mean, just go off that. What do you think?
Yeah, going off of that, I absolutely agree. I think Spoelstra is the best coach right now. And, Popovich always held to high regard. I think they made the playoffs this year, right?
No, they did not.
Oh, they
this
did
was
not.
the first year.
But they were in the
20
bubble at least, so they almost made the playoffs. That's good. They were able to fight for it. But, yeah, right now, Spoelstra is the best in the game, man. He was a video producer way back in the day for the Miami Heat as a young gun, bro. He looked so young in those pictures if you ever saw him. And Pat Riley said, this is our guy, and just took on the Pat Riley culture. He holds his guys accountable, excellent. And he's just intelligent, man. Draws up great schemes. Yeah, the Bucks thing, that's cool. I was just going to say, like, the last 2 years, I mean, took it out of the book of whoever beat the Bucks last year. Like, Giannis was stopped last year as well, so I'm not really that impressed with that portion. But
don't you think that Raptors team is way better than this Heat team? And they still went to 6?
Yeah, they have,
what I mean?
They have
That's
a better
kinda,
number one player. Yeah.
Exactly. Like you could credit last year to Kawhi Leonard guarding Giannis, whereas I feel like it was a team effort.
Yeah,
by Eric Spoelstra and the whole organization of the Miami Heat and just everything they're about.
100%.
So,
who do you think sucked in this Lakers game? Who did good? What are your thoughts on all that good stuff?
This game,
there you go. If you look at the camera,
I made sure to put on the board how much I don't like Danny Green.
Literally says Danny Green sucks. So there you go. That's perfect.
Danny Green the whole series, not the whole series. The second we've been in the bubble, he has not had one good game.
Yeah,
tonight he hit a couple threes. I think 3 actually, but he was still 3 for about 9. Shot around 30%. He had a fast break dunk. I think he had a layup here and there. Like he's defensively getting beat. Danny Green has been abysmal. And he's still getting his minutes. JaVale didn't see a minute on the floor. Dwight started the first 6 minutes, and he's been out. Eric Spoelstra has played or coached Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee off the floor. Just completely ineffective. Bam Adebayo finally came back tonight.
Yeah.
I think he put up a good effort, but, I mean, he's still a little hobbled. Jimmy Butler kind of started out being Jimmy Butler, but eventually he kind of came back down to earth. And I think LeBron James had the clamps on. I don't know. It was a weird game where nobody stood out to me except for maybe KCP. What about you? I know you kind of missed a lot of the game because you were working, but is there anything you kind of took away from this?
No, I missed a ton of it. So I took away not much, excluding the last 5 minutes that we watched together here. I think LeBron's going to win his third Finals MVP, fourth
Finals MVP,
fourth Finals MVP, third team, which is outstanding for him. AD shrunk again. It looks like based on paper stats. Aaron just told me that he looked really good defensively. I don't know. I missed all that.
I think he had 4 blocks. He did very well defensively. He was fighting for boards, and I can get behind that. But just you're the offensive firepower that he has.
Yeah, it's just weird. Why the lack of shots? Like, how many shots did he take this game?
I think he put up at least 20 points. I know he didn't do a bit.
Oh, really?
He kind of came alive in the second half.
Oh,
Hold on,
wow.
we'll pull up those stats for you guys.
We're going to pull it up. You start talking about something, Travis.
But I think Anthony Davis, I don't know if I want to say he shrunk, but I just think that the different defenses that they're throwing at him, not just him, but LeBron James as well, have really put them in a difficult spot. Because one of the biggest things that happened last game in particular, game 3, the Lakers shot more 3-pointers than they did 2-pointers for the game. And that is the first time post or regular season that they ever in history that they've done that. And I think that was by design from Eric Spoelstra saying, we're not going to let LeBron and AD just smash the boards and dunk on everyone's head. What we're going to do is make KCP and Danny Green shoot threes. And when you have KCP, who's not, because they both combined one for, I think, 13 in that game. They were horrible. And the 2 games, game 2 and game 3 combined, I think there were a total of 3 for 30. I think it was 4 for 30. They had a horrible game 2 and 3. KCP kind of came alive this week, but
Yeah.
Eric Spoelstra, he recognized what the Lakers suck at, and he forced us to do it. So, I mean, props to him.
AD ended with 22, 9, and 4. So not
4
too
blocks.
bad.
Yeah, see, he was
No,
good
4
defensive.
assists. 4 assists.
I think he had 4 blocks, too.
He probably did.
Because I know he had 3 coming into the third quarter. He was playing great defensively.
I take back everything. I mean, that's a good game.
Oh, yeah,
with the good blocks as well. Dwight 0 points, 8 minutes, 2 rebounds, 0 assists. That's a tough game, huh?
Yeah, it's the game hasn't really tailored to them in this series. It's not like that Denver Nugget game where Dwight was just out there being a dog. Or Denver Nuggets series, I guess. he wasn't doing that this year. This series, he's just been played out of the game.
Yeah,
and it's fine. Frank Vogel's recognized that, and he should recognize that Danny Green needs to grab some wood.
Yeah. Who would you put in there in place of Danny? Would you not start him? Would you put somebody else there? Like, what would you?
I would start Caruso and I would start KCP as the backcourt,
Okay.
and I would just play them more minutes. I mean, I don't see. And Taylor Horton Tucker, he played great against Houston in that game two in that second series of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think we have a whole lot of options right now, but even J.R. Smith, I feel confident him shooting open threes more than I feel confident about Danny Green.
100%.
What do you think? I mean, we got obviously we're up 3-1, so it's not like we're crapping the bed over here.
We're just nitpicking a little bit.
But if there was one thing that you would like to see in Game 4 change, what do you think that would be?
No, Game 5.
Game 5.
Nothing. I'm cool with it. You know,
Thanks for the insight, dude.
is that cool?
Daniel's intellectual.
Sorry, dude. I'm like looking up stats and doing things over here. Nah, man. Like, guess what? Like, we got caught sleeping in Game 3. Jimmy Butler went off and had an all-world performance. 3 guys have ever had a 40-point triple-double. You got Jerry West, you got LeBron James, who's on our team, and now Jimmy Butler. What are you going to do?
And you know that's the only time like Jerry West and LeBron lost those games.
Oh, that's crazy.
So Jimmy Butler's the first guy who did all that and won.
That's insane. So, yeah, third guy of all time to do it in the span of how long the NBA has been going. You know, and I don't know how long that is, to be honest with you, but long time. Who cares?
It's like 78 years.
Yeah, it's a long 78 years, which is insane. So 40-point triple-double. Jimmy went off. You know, can't repeat that again. Maybe he repeats it one more time, but I firmly believe we close it out in 5 games, and it's a wrap, bro. Like, I don't care what we do adjustment-wise to get better or worse. I think we're just far superior talent-wise, and that's it. You know, I wish it was a more exciting series. I'm glad this game came down to the last minute, couple minutes at least. LeBron sealed it with some daggers. AD did well. KCP did well as well. And that's it. You know, nothing good there.
Yeah, unfortunately, this series isn't what we
people
wanted.
thought.
I think it was expected a little bit, honestly. I don't think anybody really thought that the Heat were going to come through big time and actually beat the Lakers. Like, do you think that was actually predicted by anybody?
I don't know, man. A lot of people thought that the Blazers were going to beat us, the most dangerous 8 seed.
Oh,
and then,
my God.
Oh, no, they actually sucked. And then, the Rockets, watch out for them with their sweet guards, bro, and no center. And then, no, the Rockets sucked. And then, man, the Nuggets beat the Clippers. Oh, man, the Clippers would have beat the Lakers. Like, it's just been keep your story straight, bro, especially Skip Bayless, man. I can't wait till we get
Bayless.
I can't wait till we get big and I can just body that dude, man.
Yeah, dude.
That's going to happen.
No, we'll be working for ESPN, not Fox Sports, so
yeah.
stay over there.
But we're going to smack talk them, though, right?
Yeah, of course.
When we're on ESPN.
We'll say those guys on the other network sure don't know what they're talking about.
We're going to throw that shade. We're not even going to give you the courtesy of dropping your name. We're just going to be like, you suck.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, Daniel, go get them.
That was good. I got one of those drum sets.
But I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Obviously, LeBron and the Lakers are up 3-1. If this was a more competitive series, say, maybe the Bucks were playing us and we couldn't quite scheme Giannis out the way Eric did.
Yeah.
If LeBron James lost this final series and he performed like LeBron, you know, he did well, but they lost.
Yeah.
Do you think that would hurt his legacy more than if he would win this series? Does that make sense as a question?
Yeah.
What is more significant, the loss of this series or him winning it towards his legacy?
I mean, he'd be 4-7 at that point, right? Or no?
No, he would be.
He'd be 3-7. That's horrible.
That's bad.
That sounds really bad. You know, better that he's 4-6. I think it hurt him, man. You know,
like significantly. Like, would you kind of? I don't know. Just keep going.
I would understand personally for you know myself because I have eyeballs and I can see things. That's just funny, dude. Like, people look at numbers, people look at stats, and they think that's everything, and it's really not, you know? Like, how can somebody orchestrate an offense? How can somebody affect the game in ways that you can't really see on paper? LeBron does all that, but also drops the paper stats, too. So, I mean, I'm always going to be very high on LeBron. You know, I'll put him top 2, if not number 1, most times, you know? But that would hurt him in the media's eyes 100%. I mean, I'm sure you agree with that.
No, not just the media's eyes. Honestly, in my own. Like, I feel like this Lakers team is talented enough. I feel like LeBron James is experienced and old enough. If they were to lose this series, I think that would take him out of the GOAT conversation. I think 3-7. That's too significant. Like, I understand him losing to the Mavericks. You know, it was his second finals appearance. He was trying to find his way into that new team.
Do you discredit Dwayne Wade more than LeBron in that scenario.
How do you mean?
Well,
Like, do I blame Dwayne for that series or LeBron?
No,
Because I don't.
so
I blame
no,
LeBron.
I don't. But something that I was talking about on air or off air, I don't remember. Did you listen to the pod last week?
I listened to a good chunk of it. I don't think I got all the way through. I mean, yes, it was
probably,
fantastic.
It was
Everyone
probably
listened.
off air, honestly. But like, I just feel like everyone needs somebody with championship pedigree to get the next guy over the hump so that they have championship pedigree, if that makes any sense. So like LeBron went to the Heat and he kind of needed Dwayne to be like, look, like I've done this. Here's how it works. You know?
Yeah.
You feel me on that?
I understand what you're talking
So like Dwayne didn't do that for him on the Mavericks or instill the confidence. Like something mental wasn't there and LeBron underperformed, right? So like, you know, if AD was just doing atrocious this whole series, I'd put that on LeBron most likely and be like, dude, like you're the guy that has to gas him up. You have to make sure that he understands how this works. I think about that, dude. Like Shaq had to come over with Kobe so that Kobe could show him how it worked. You know, Kobe had some guys with him. Like it's just, you need someone to show you the way. You know, Kawhi had Tim Duncan and all the guys on the squadron. I can't even think right now.
Manu
Tony
and
Parker,
Tony Parker.
Manu, you know what I mean? So like you just need someone to be like, here's how it's done. Here's the mentality. Here's how you practice. Here's how you do everything. And then you're over the hump and now you can just pay it forward. Do you agree with
understand
that?
what
I
you're
mean,
saying.
that's
A lot of
my
peop-
concept. That's my new theory.
No, a lot of people don't really use the human element
Yeah.
like that factor
Unfortunately.
when it comes to like the scheme of basketball, like everything that comes with basketball, right? It's always, excuse me. Oh, the Miami Heat have the most talented team. They should win.
Yeah.
That's what happened with the Clippers. Oh, the Clippers have the most talented team. They should win. You know what the Clippers were? They were an assumption of really great talent with no chemistry. They had no fluidity with each other.
Yeah.
They didn't have a leader. They had guys who made it to the league like Patrick Beverly and Lou Will off of hard work and knowing the game. And then they have guys like Kawhi Leonard who takes off back-to-backs, you know, and like, you know, doesn't practice and
Not
does his own thing.
vocal
He's not a
and-
part of the team.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're talking about. The human element to this. That's why I've been saying all along, the Lakers fit way better than the Clippers do. The Lakers
Yeah.
have guys who know their roles, who embrace the team and put each other first, and they look to their leader, and their leader will do what they need to do to get them out of any situation. The Clippers did not. Kawhi and PG were supposed to be 1 and 2, and then Doc Rivers got a job 4 days after he got fired.
Wow.
That's a joke. I want to talk about that for a second.
Yeah,
a
let's-
little bit later on, though. I want to
Okay.
keep on what we're talking about now.
All right.
But referring back to the Miami Heat and Dallas in 2011,
Yeah.
I totally feel you. Like
Yeah?
Dwayne, but that's where I think that whole infrastructure kind of crumbled in that series. I think that Dwayne Wade was a championship caliber player. Dwayne Wade was a guy who's been there. He's supposed to be the leader, but LeBron James was head and shoulders, without a doubt, the best player in the league.
And there
let
was
alone their
friction.
own
There's
team.
friction there.
So I think there wasn't necessarily friction because I know those two guys are best friends, but I think there was some sort of like combating ideas, right?
Yeah.
Like LeBron's like, oh, Dwayne, you're the experienced guy. He was kind of deferring to him, and Dwayne's like, you're LeBron effing James.
Yeah.
You do you, because I think he like had like 3 or 4 games where he scored like 16, 17 points in that series.
Yeah.
Because so
it shouldn't happen at all.
it shouldn't happen. But the way I see it, LeBron James has been not only the best player on his team, but the best player in the series out of both teams in every finals that he's played in, except for the 2011 Dallas Mavericks loss. Because Dirk Nowitzki, I watched that whole playoffs, dude. I'm not a Dallas fan, but just watching that guy play, I was rooting for him. Big
It was
time.
nice. Yeah.
But I do think, like I was saying, I think if LeBron were to lose this series against the Heat, I think that would be a huge detriment to him. I just don't think you could put it over. I think that would take him out of the GOAT conversation. Because as of right now, Lakers being up 3-1 and all that, you know, all the context to it, if they were to win, which I fully assume they will, I do think that pushes him past the Michael Jordan. I do. I mean, I just, all the records, all the stats, the eyeball test, the effects he has on teams when he's not there and when he's there
Yeah.
is astronomical.
Oh my God.
Like Michael Jordan, when he retired those 2 years, the Bulls went to the Eastern Conference Finals and lost like a Game 7. LeBron James leaves Cleveland, the worst team in the league. He leaves Miami; they're a lottery team.
Yeah.
And before the Lakers, they won 30 games before the Lakers got there. Last year, they were in 4th place before he got injured, and now
Yeah.
this year they're in the finals. Like, I'm sorry,
No, he's
like
just yeah.
the way he affects the game, the way he just the gravity that he has on the floor
Yeah.
is just unbelievable. Like, that's an Eric Spoelstra term, like the gravity that Steph and KD and just the way that all eyes are always on them. I think is just second to none. Like, he's just the ultimate Swiss Army knife, the ultimate competitor. Like I'm a huge fan, and I'm so excited to watch him get his 4th ring.
100%. You know, I agree with you, and that's it. That's all I got for you, bud. Sorry about that. I know.
God, that
yeah,
scared
bombs
me.
up. Yeah. No. But like we said, we overtalked that. You know, so going into the Doc Rivers situation, and as far as the Sixers go, you know, you think that's a bad hire? You think that's a good hire? What are you thinking about that?
I don't understand how it's a good hire. Doc Rivers had the most talented team, quote unquote,
Yeah.
in the NBA this year.
Who would you have picked over him?
I
Just out of
would have found.
curiosity.
I'm not going to recycle.
A nobody?
I'm not going to recycle Ty Lue. I'm not going to
Oh my God.
recycle Mike D'Antoni. And Doc Rivers is in the same boat. I would go find some assistant somewhere, somehow, like some guy who's smart in college or somewhere. I mean, obviously, I'm not super in depth in the potential coaching candidates out there right now, but I'm not going to.
But you found Brad Stevens for the Celtics, came out of college. Like
Eric
those guys.
Spoelstra, like you said, was a video game or
Yeah.
not video game.
Video game operator.
Video operator. I don't understand why Doc keeps getting opportunities and why Doc keeps getting this reputation as such a good elite level coach.
Yeah.
Are you a Doc fan?
No, not at all. I mean, he severely underperformed for the last 9 years on the Clippers. You had Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan. They just bodied everybody in the regular season. I think they were a number 1 seed once or twice during that time.
I don't think they're
No?
a 1 seed.
Close, you know,
They're a
never,
top 4
never,
seed all the
never made
time.
a Western Conference Finals. Like what?
Doc,
Are you kidding?
I'm sorry, I keep burping.
No, you're good.
Doc has won 3 series in the last 9 years.
It's horrible.
3 series.
Just severely underperformed. Oh, by the way, you had the Celtics team that you guys won 1 chip with Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and Rondo, 3 Hall of
Paul
and
Pierce.
Paul Pierce. Oh my gosh, let me not forget him.
4 Hall of Famers.
4 Hall of Famers right there. What? Like we got to get my boy Adam on here. That's the Celtics fan because he'll break it down for us. But no, Doc Rivers, you know, very much he's overrated. You know, that's long story short. As far as this, you know, coaching position goes. I like Doc Rivers to go to the Sixers over Mike D'Antoni, who was initially their primary candidate at the time.
Yeah.
Only because, like, Mike needs guys that can shoot and just have a high basketball IQ, in which Joel probably doesn't, you know, and Ben can't shoot. So, like, you know, that's just not his kind of team, you know. So I think Doc is a dude that can get the I can't even say that. I just think that he's known for being a motivating force, so maybe Joel and Ben just need to be motivated a little bit, which is clear. They absolutely do. I mean, they've been atrocious on the road, but they're good at home, so that tells you something right there. But it's not, yeah, like I'm with you. I think they should get a college guy or just a nobody that knows their stuff, you know? I don't know.
But going off what you said, you have the fact that your best player being Joel Embiid, he's the kind of guy that you have to remind to try hard.
Yeah.
You have to motivate him. I'm sorry that team's never winning a title.
No way.
Ben Simmons can't shoot, refuses to shoot. Where's the mental makeup there? They need to move off him now while his value's still high.
Yeah.
I was saying that before the end of last year. Remember, I told you guys they need to trade him to OKC for Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm.
I think Chris Paul and Joel Embiid, I don't think Joel Embiid will get away with being lazy at all if you match him up with Chris Paul. Chris Paul's not going to let that shit go.
So you say deal Joel.
I know. I said deal Ben Simmons.
Oh, okay.
know what I
Ben
mean?
and Chris Paul together?
And Chris, no,
Oh,
Chris Paul and Joel Embiid
sorry.
together.
Missed that.
And then you got Tobias Harris, who a year ago shot 45% from 3 and is an elite wing defender.
Well, that's what they're saying. That's why they wanted Doc. Like, apparently that was a big piece as to why they picked up Doc is because Tobias was fire on the Clippers, and they said Doc got the best out of him. Did you hear that part?
I
or
think
no?
I heard something about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But
you
I
know,
mean, how much is Doc going to milk that one title?
oh my
Everybody
God.
keeps telling me how great of a coach he is. Everybody. Like, they almost lost.
Still waiting to see it.
I know.
brother.
Since
3-1
when?
series to the Nuggets, who their oldest guy is like 24 years old. Get out of here.
And they went 6 against the Mavericks against 21-year-old Luka. Don't get me wrong. The guy's an incredible talent.
yeah, good call.
We
Chris.
almost tried to do a drop there.
Anyways, yeah.
I don't know. I'm over Doc. And honestly, people are talking about Ty Lue again. I'm sorry. Ty Lue is another
I
guy.
never wanted him. Never on the
No,
Lakers.
Ty Lue's the
That's-
guy who won because LeBron.
Yeah, like you think LeBron wasn't calling all the shots and all the plays? Like, yeah, absolutely.
Ty Lue was just sitting on the sideline holding the clipboard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
All right. NBA talk's over with, I think. I hope.
Well, there's only one game on, one series going on, so
That's enough. That was a long time. I think we did like 20, 30 minutes.
you're welcome.
NFL sporting events. Oh, you want me to recap the games? So I want to break down all the games. You know, just a quick recap on all the games that we had picked from last week. Steelers at Titans was obviously canceled due to COVID.
Ooh.
That will be replayed during their bye weeks.
Do they have the same bye?
I don't know, but they'll figure something out. I'm just making things up.
Sounds
that
about
game
right.
was, postponed. Bucks at Chargers. We all won that one because it was a 7-point spread. The Chargers lost by exactly 7, so we all won that one. We'll get into that. Chiefs at Pats, we all won that as well. Chiefs did beat the Pats in commanding fashion. Colts, Bears, Aaron was the only one to win that one. Me and Travis took the L. And then the Bills and Raiders. Bills
Daniel
won.
can't read his own handwriting.
Yeah. Bills won that one. Me and Travis took the dub, and then Aaron took the L, as always. But, yeah, Travis has only lost like 2 games in the last 3 weeks.
When I wasn't here a couple weeks ago, you guys said, we're just going to give Travis a loss because we don't think he actually got 5-0. I was 5-0.
I don't know if you were.
I was. I showed you the receipts, so stop it.
Oh, the
And then-
receipts?
Yeah, the
Oh,
receipts.
copy that, dude.
And then week 1, I was 4-1. And this week, I'm actually 3-1 because of that canceled game.
Yeah,
So I've been incorrect on 2 picks so far in the NFL season. We're a quarter of the way through.
that's fire. Good
So
for you.
I'm
And
gonna
against
go
the
to
spread,
Vegas.
remember last year against the spread, we were like a combined like 2-23.
We're
like just-
horrible.
Ew.
We would always, every single week, it was like, the best guy got 3 out of the 5 correct. If
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Every week. We were horrible at this. So I guess that shows our little bit of progression with us, huh?
We look like the division where the Eagles and the Giants and the Cowboys play. They're 4 games in, so a combined 16 games, and I believe they're 3-13.
3-13-1.
Ugh, that's
Or
horrible.
3-12-1.
How you
Eagles
gonna be-
are sitting in the lead at 1-2-1 or
Dude,
1.
that's got to be the worst division of all time.
The winner of that division is going to have 6 wins.
That's
I
horrible.
bet you the Eagles are going to win the division. And look at Dak out here throwing for 450 yards a game. They're 1-3, and they should.
Are we
be
hyped on that?
They should be 0-4. Listen, they should be.
Hold on, we're gonna take a quick little commercial break. Sorry. Let's talk Cowboys because that was frustrating. You were talking about Dak Prescott and the 480 yards that he threw. Did you hear what he said in that game? By the way, he's like, or not even in the game, but this series,
He's Dak voice.
he's dropped 11. He's had like 1,100 yards in the last 3 or 4 games, and he's like, I'd trade all those yards away for a win. It's like, yeah, bro, you also have 5 turnovers in the last 2 games. So you should trade away those turnovers for some wins is what you should do. He's annoying, and I hate that the hype that he gets. I was talking about it a little bit on our group chat. I don't know if you saw that, Trav.
I did not.
You did not?
I did not.
What are you doing nowadays?
Are you talking about the
Fantasy.
Okay, I open up my phone. I have 160 notifications.
You left it all alone?
I'm not gonna go with want me to read that.
Anyways, give me the affirmation on Dak because I don't like him. Clearly, that's evident. I've been saying that for 2 years. Sure, he throws for a lot of yards. You have a perfect goal line. You have a great run game. Your defense sucks. Does that hurt you? No, it doesn't hurt you at all. It actually allows you to throw for more yards because you're not running the ball quite so much and you're playing from behind. I'm not high on him. I wouldn't pay him over $25 million a year, which is outstanding. That's a compliment, bro. You had 5 turnovers in 2 games. 5 turnovers in 2 games? What? Is the top 15 quarterback in the league have 5 turnovers in 2 games? Hell no. Not even maybe the lowest 5 would. That's insane.
Herbert's a rookie and he hasn't even had 5 turnovers this season.
He's got like 3 in 3 games,
got 3.
right? Yeah, 1 pick a game. Not bad. No fumbles. Dak has fumbles. Like, it's just bad. With the better O-line, by the way.
This is. I'm going to tell you my.
Sorry,
whole,
I'm
my
getting all
Dak
excited.
spiel.
I'm pissed.
I am 100% with you.
Thank God.
Let me
I
tell-
wish Aaron was
no,
here.
no,
We
no,
should
let-
call him. I'm hyped.
Let's go over this real quick. Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and what is it? Galloway is the other receiver.
Yeah, they have another one too, and I'll think of his name while we're going.
Ezekiel Elliott
Yep.
is their running back. Left tackle is Tyron Smith, top 10 pick. Left guard is Lael Collins, all-pro left guard. Center just retired in Travis Frederick. Right guard is Zach Martin, the consensus
All-pro.
best right guard
Yeah.
in the whole entire league.
Yep.
And I don't know who their right tackle is.
Who cares? 3
Okay.
out of 5 of those all
I was
pros.
able to name damn near the entire Dallas Cowboys offensive line.
Yeah.
They have talent stacked. Their defense, they have Jalen Smith, all this, and they have Trayvon Diggs, and they have DeMarcus Lawrence, who got all these fatty contracts. They have talent across the board.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care that you throw for a bazillion yards.
Yeah.
When you're down 20 points, you're going to throw for a lot of yards. The defenses are going to play prevent, and you're going to get a lot of underneath stuff.
Facts.
Dak Prescott, this is not impressive. Quarterbacks win games. You know how many 3-and-outs they have in the beginning of games and how much they give up, like you said, turn over the ball in the worst situations possible.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott, yeah, sure, he's throwing for a lot of yards, but let's look at some of these other quarterbacks around the league. Russell Wilson has DK Metcalf. Nobody wanted DK Metcalf. He was a guy who said that he had bad hands and could only run a 9 route and a post route. He's now the leading wide receiver in yards in the NFL right now.
One-trick
Tyler
pony.
Lockett was supposed to be a utility guy.
Yeah.
And he is like one of the top performing fantasy wide receivers every year. Last year, Seattle Seahawks had 3 running backs all get injured and put on IR before the season started. And this year, they have literally the worst defense in the entire NFL as per yards given up in a game. And the fucking Seattle Seahawks are 4-0. Mm-hmm. You know why? Russell Wilson is is a top 2 quarterback in the league.
I love Russ, bro.
Aaron Rodgers. Everybody bitches about how he has no weapons. Nobody thinks that he ever has a good defense. His running backs always suck. Aaron Rodgers, what is he?
4-0.
4-0.
Well, he's got a good running back.
Okay, he's got a good running back.
But
yeah.
okay, other than that.
What I'm getting at is Dak Prescott has had the most stacked team in the NFL, and they're 1-3.
Yeah, horrible.
His first 2 years when they made the playoffs in the NFL, Dak had the best running game in the league. Zeke led the league in rushing 2 out of the first 3 years of his career, and they made the playoffs. And now all of a sudden it's on Dak, and they want to throw the ball more, and they suck. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Quarterback is about winning.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston was like the first in yards last year and first in touchdowns or something close to it. I think he had 30 touchdowns. So, I mean, he was a top echelon in that, but he sucked. He threw 30 interceptions, and they won like 4 games.
Yeah.
I don't care about your stats. Quarterback is like a point guard. Everything falls on you. The way the offense runs, the way the defense is put, the situations they're put in is because of the quarterback. If you do not win games, you are not good.
Facts.
I don't care who's on your team. And this kind of, I don't know. I'm going to transition a little bit to the Chargers here because it makes me think about Herbert and how he's been kind of tearing up the league. Did you want to say anything more about it? Because I wanted to go on Herbert.
No, that's cool. Next game is the Chargers-Bucks. Bucks won 38-31. That was at Buccaneers.
It was at Tampa Bay. You guys screwed that up last week.
At Tampa Bay.
Thank
Herbert.
you, Chris. Daniel didn't want to talk about that.
Daggone it. Herbert was 20-25, threw for like 295 yards, 3 tutties, 1 pick, QBR of 139. He was nice. Your thoughts, Travis?
I know I haven't been on the pod since Herbert took over the starting job.
Yeah, really.
But I know I just gave this whole spiel about how everything falls on the quarterback. Mm-hmm. But the fact that he found out literally 5 seconds before kickoff that he's going to go out and start against the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, and put up the performance that he did.
Fire.
And then the next week, he finally got some first-team reps, and he still threw over 300 yards and had a couple of tutties.
Yeah.
And then against Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, hey, go out there and go in a shooting match. What's it called? What do they call it when they
Shootout.
Shootout, yeah, shootout with the best quarterback of all time.
Yeah.
And put up that performance. Now, the thing with Herbert that I haven't been super hyped on, I think he's made a few rookie mistakes. I think that interception he threw against Kansas City, throwing across his body on 3rd down like that, I think that's why we lost the game.
And then that last pick that he threw against the Bucks wasn't very good either.
I didn't really see that when I was working, but the pick he threw against Carolina, that's a 6-point swing. We got field goals, and we lost by like 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
Rookie mistakes, those are correctable.
He'll clean it up, dude. He threw 3 touchdowns to 3 dudes that came off our practice squad last week, which is insane. He threw an absolute dart to homeboy. I don't even remember that.
83. Billy Johnson.
Who knows?
Like that, yeah.
Fresh off the practice squad, undrafted free agent. Eckler goes down. Now you're just extra, and that sucks too. By the way, Chargers just
decimated.
We need new trainers. We need we've been needing that for 20 years, bro. Like I've been screaming that from the heaven tops since I was 4 years old. I'm done yelling about that. Like, what are we doing? So, he loses Eckler, which was probably like the only stable thing on his offense that could really just give him confidence. And I'm talking about Herbert here. And he still was putting on. They had a shootout, like you said. You know, it was 24-14 at half. That's what happened. 24-14
And
at
it should
half.
have been 24-7 because
What happened?
Joshua Kelly fumbled the ball inside the 5-yard line.
That's
and
what happened.
initially everybody wanted to blame Herbert for it, but if you go back on the replay, Kelly had his eyes up, not focused on the mesh and catching the ball.
So yeah, we dropped the ball. We gave Tom Brady life. Like, we all knew that was bad. I knew that was bad. I'm like, oh God, this is scary. Look at him. He's got the look in his eye, the Tom Brady look, and he pulled through, bro. But guess what? He went up, and then freaking Herbert pulled through, and like that was Justin Herbert said that was my idol when I was a kid. Like, this dude's been doing it for 20 years, has 5 Super Bowl championships, 6 Super Bowl championships. Apologies. And to go heads up with old boy, that's pretty impressive, man. So, like, I'm hyped on Herbert. And you're 3 games in. And to compare him to Dak Prescott, keep in mind, who's 3 years in the league, that's commanding $40 million a year.
Dax is and I think he's in his 5th year.
Ew, that's even worse.
Because they franchise tagged him this year, so he had his 4 years off his 3rd-round contract, and now he's on his...
So that's how long Tony's been out?
Yeah.
4 or 5 years? Regardless, bro. They said, hey, we're going to pay you $30 million. You're welcome. Jerry Jones did. And Dak said, no, I need 40. Are you kidding me? Bro, I just want to throw up. Like, it is gross. That guy is very subpar. He's not a top 15 quarterback in the league. You don't command $40 million. You don't even you take 30 and you'd be stoked about it, okay? Now you're going to get franchised again, and then you're probably going to go somewhere else, and that's that. Next game I got was the Broncos-Jets. That was the Thursday night game. I figured we'd bring that in only because Adam Gase has to be fired off the Jets, okay? I mean, the Broncos had freaking Rippin in there, ripping some freaking, yeah, whatever that guy did. So the Jets are just atrocious. You're making Sam Darnold look bad.
That makes me sick to my stomach. Sam Darnold is an exceptional talent.
Dude, he had that sweet run. He's athletic. He has a good arm. He shows flashes of talent, and you are just not coaching him up. You're supposed to be a quarterback whisperer type of guy. That's what they say anyways about Adam Gase. He's just not. It's clear that he's lost respect in that whole locker room. Sam Darnold's digressing. That's a really bad L, and the fact that the Jets franchise said, okay, we're fine with going 0-4 and losing to the Broncos, who are just absolutely decimated.
11th string quarterback.
You have a practice squad quarterback. Von Miller's out. A bunch of dudes are out.
The Denver's defense has like $120 million worth of players on IR right now.
Wow.
Like, I think they have like a legit $120 million. I saw some number like that.
Well, Von's like 90 of that, probably, right?
Well, I mean, per year.
Oh, gotcha.
I think the salary cap in the NFL is like 196 right now.
So all the
whole
defense
team's
is
on
out.
IR.
That's pretty bad.
But I am 100% on board with you. But here's the deal. I think that next year, Jets will have a top probably 2-3 pick, them and the Giants. If you're the Jets and say you have the worst team in the league, which it sure seems like you do have.
Would you get Trevor Lawrence?
Would you get Trevor Lawrence and try to trade Sam, or would you trade back Trevor Lawrence, that number 1 overall pick, for a boatload of picks and put a team together?
Okay, good question. Here's what I would do. I would fire Adam Gase right now.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. So, God, it's so hard. I would definitely do that, but then I would see if the next man up, the next coach up, whoever that may be, can coach up Sam Darnold so that he does show a little bit more flashes of talent. I like him, bro. I'm very high on him. However, if you have the first pick, like, how do you not get Trevor Lawrence? Like, he's sensational. He looks so good. He's going to be an outstanding quarterback in the NFL, so I probably would grab him, bro.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think
sucks to say. I like Sam, dude.
I think the haul that you can get for Sam Darnold is going to be small. I think you might be able to get a second, maybe a 3rd-round pick for him. Mm-hmm. And I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be in the exact same situation. Mm-hmm. Just no talent around him, nothing. And I think the haul that you could get for that number 1 overall pick is going to be sensational. I think that they got Mekhi Becton this year in the draft, a left tackle. So they have
injured.
I know he's injured now, but they have a left tackle, right?
Yeah.
You have Sam Darnold, who I think is a stand-up dude. I think he's a spectacular talent. I don't think he's too far behind Trevor Lawrence in prospect.
Why haven't they got a receiver for him?
He has nothing. He's thrown to
Jameson Crowder, bro.
Yeah, he's throwing to
He's
Jameson
like 20
Crowder.
years in the league. He's like 40. What are they doing over there? Like, what are they doing?
I think that you need to get out Gase, and I think you really need to invest in a smart college guy. Just back up the truck, dude. The owner of the New York Jets, it's a New York football team. I'm sorry, your got billions of dollars coming in. Spend $10 million on a year on a head coach that's a quarterback whisperer that's going to get this guy confidence. You can find somebody. Eric Bieniemy in Kansas City, it blows my freaking mind.
That would be fire.
That nobody wants him. I don't know if it's because he's black or what, which I
know.
think seems to be the consensus as to why he doesn't have a job. That's a joke.
I mean,
you get that guy.
sickest offensive coordinator for the last 4 years.
You need
bro.
to get that guy now. And I think the
insane.
Jets should invest into getting Eric Bieniemy. And I'm a little nervous that Houston might try to grab him now that Bill O'Brien got
I
fired.
think they will. That's
But
the
I would-
next game. Smooth transition.
Not yet. I want to
Before you guys go, I think the Jets need to sell to Gary Vee. Okay, once Gary Vee buys
Let's
them
go.
out,
He
then
wants them.
We'll be all good.
because I think the owner of the Jets,
Chris is a big Jets fan.
He's a guy who lives in like London or something like that, isn't he? Do you know anything about that, Chris? The owner?
Oh no, I know nothing about him. I'm just a huge Gary Vee fan, and I know that if he can make a business run, he can make the Jets run. So.
There you go. Hey.
Yeah, that's valid.
Hey.
And he's an agent in the NFL right now, so he.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's doing that.
That's cool.
Right? He has his own agency, Chris. Something
Yeah,
like that.
he's doing. What is he not doing? He's doing everything under the sun.
Baseball agent, NBA, not NBA yet, but baseball, football, and like video game agents. He owns like a.
Well, yeah, video games are like that whole professional video games thing. Like that's going off right now.
He's got like the Minnesota Roku or Minnesota something. I don't know what their name is, but yeah. Anyways, bringing us in smooth.
Well, I just want to say what I'm going to do
shoot.
first.
Sorry, my fault.
You
fam.
trade the
Not
number
smoothly again.
You trade the number one overall pick. You trade it.
Yeah.
You get the pieces. You already have an all-star quarterback, in my opinion, or Pro Bowl, whatever, top-tier guy.
Mm-hmm.
You get guys around. You go get a receiver. You have tons of million in cap space. You get him a better offensive line. You invest in Sam Darnold and a good head coach.
Yeah.
I think that you trade that pick. New England would give up 40 picks for him tomorrow. Why wouldn't you do
Facts.
that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they would. Oh
Teams
my
are going to
gosh.
trade up. Chicago Bears would trade everything for him.
Yeah.
They'd give you Khalil Mack in their first-round pick to go get Trevor Lawrence right now. I don't doubt it at all.
Yeah.
I just think that you already have a guy. Why pick another quarterback to be put in a horrible situation?
If Trevor Lawrence could just plug and play into the Bears tomorrow, like they would win the Super Bowl. I feel good about that. Their defense is so nice.
Yeah.
They're
All
3-1. All right,
We can move
next-
on now. I'm
next-
ready. I'm done talking about that game.
Next game, we got the Vikings that were 0-3 rolling in, and the Texans that were 0-3 rolling in. Vikings took that dub. The Texans coach, Bill O'Brien, was fired as the GM and the head coach, which Travis alluded to. They won 31-23 in the Vikings, that is. Thoughts on that one?
About time.
Yeah, right?
Bill O'Brien sucked.
He did. Why were you the GM? You traded away. You paid your left tackle, right?
Laramie Tunzel. Like,
You paid Laramie Tunzel an absurd amount of money
Okay,
that was well over the market.
I'm not mad about it. Listen, here's the deal with that.
Okay.
If you're whoever comes into this situation, you have a cornerstone defensive player in J.J. Watt. You have a 25-year-old stud left tackle in Laramie Tunzel, and you have Deshaun Watson.
Mm.
Like, you have the three corner pieces of what you need to start a team with. You don't have first-round picks, though, because fucking Bill O'Brien gave them all away.
What a guy.
But I don't think the Houston's team is horrible right now. I think that their coaching and general managing was.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they have a couple guys. They got Will Fuller, they got Kenny Stills, and they have another.
Cooks.
They have Brandon Cooks, bro.
And they have David Johnson.
Well, yeah, I know that.
I know it's but he's
Yeah.
he's a capable running back.
They have their last in rushing yards. I mean, and also their receivers are underperforming too. If you're going, can you grab me one? All right, sorry. I know we're talking on air. No. But what point being is they have above par receivers. I think dudes that can get it done. And, you know, Bill O'Brien, guess what, dude? If you're playing GM, these are the guys that you want. Well, you got to perform with them, bro. DeAndre Hopkins is out here doing the damn thing for the Cardinals, excluding last game where they took the L. But he's an alpha. Like, what? You got Laramie Tunsil and you said, I just can't pay you? Sorry. That was a poor mistake on your end, bro. Like, yes, it's a no-brainer. You fire him. I'm glad the Texans did it when they did, man. A lot of people say hold off because you got to close the fridge, bro. A lot of people say hold off because, you know, are you going to get better in the season with another coach? It's like,
They can't get worse. They're 0-4.
exactly, but it's like, yeah, like, that's fine. If you already know it, I hate that argument. I don't know how you feel, but it's like, why not fire old boy so you can try and plug and play somebody else, maybe the assistant coach, and see how they do?
I think Romeo
Like-
Cannell's taking over.
He is taking over. That's exactly who's taking over. But Why do they do that? It's like, do you want to wait till next season and jeopardize next season, or just get it done sooner rather than later? I would never be of that opinion. You?
I think that you got to give guys a little bit of a leash, but Bill O'Brien obviously didn't have one. Like he used his up. I mean, I don't mean like he didn't have one.
Okay,
I feel like
I
his
was
is too long.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. You're right. Like, why? Bill O'Brien, they're 0-4. He's been dog poop.
Yeah,
like,
nice.
I'm sorry. Why keep him around? A lot of, like you said, a lot of GMs and a lot of owners are like, oh, I want to hold on to him. There's no point in firing now. Do you know how many times team has found life after firing their head coach?
Yeah.
And if you know a guy is out, at the end of the year, you're not going to play as hard. You're not going to be as good. You're not going to have as much fire in your belly to go out there and fight for this guy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're not. So, like, why would we do that? Like, get rid of him now.
Going off of that, I don't even have this game on like our little rundown because I think the Lions lost. But would you fire Matt Patricia? Or
I would have fired him yesterday.
You would have too?
Here's the deal. The Lions, before Matt Patricia was the head coach, were 7-9 the year before with Jim Schwartz.
Yeah.
The year before that, they were 11-5 and made the playoffs. And then he comes in, and I think they're 9-30-1.
Yeah.
Or not, I think it's like, and you know what they've also done? This crazy ass stat. I think the last 10 games they've had at least a 10-point lead and blew it. All 10 games.
Wow.
And this is big time defensive coach and Matt Patricia with his hat backwards and his pencil in his ear. It's like, dude. And then he had the freaking audacity to say in his post-game presser, I knew when I came here I had a lot of work to do.
Oh, my God.
Bro, the team's twice as bad.
You digressed, my guy.
The team has digressed. You had a nice roster. Like, you have a solid amount of wide receivers. They have Amir Abdullah and – or not Amir Abdullah. DeAndre Swift and Adrian Peterson right now. You just got Jeff Okudah and you had Darius Slave. You let him go because he didn't want to be a part of your shitty franchise anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you've had talent. Detroit has just been –
and Matt Stafford's not a franchise quarterback. Like, he's nice.
He's just had nothing ever. Like, yeah, he had Calvin Johnson for 9 years, but they had a great connection for 9 years, but nothing
Stafford
else.
threw for like 4,000 yards many a times.
Yeah.
You know?
So Matt Patricia's a joke.
Yeah.
He's not a leader. Like, you need leadership. This is like football is like coach's league.
He seemed like a great coordinator, you know, like just somebody that's a coordinator. I don't know. He's in over his head right now. Like, he's not a head coach guy. I look at him and I'm like, bro, you're like a D-line coach. Like, that's what you look like. Like, I don't know.
He walks in the room wearing a Roger Goodell's a clown shirt, and he's got his hat backwards and pencil in the ear. Like, I know you guys are saying, oh, hat backwards and all this stuff, but
no.
Cowherd had that big old spiel.
Yeah. And who was talking about that? Me and Aaron last week?
I don't know. I wasn't listening, but I agree with him. Like, listen, if you're going to be the leader, you straighten your back up, you stick your chin out, and you talk like a man. You don't. People are relying on you. You know what I mean?
Facts.
If the left tackle, some dumb white guy who has nothing going on, a big meathead, if he wears his hat backwards and has a scruffy beard, like, I don't care. He's a left tackle.
Right.
But if you're going to be the quarterback, if you're going to be the head coach, button up and be the man. Be the adult in the room.
You have
everything, especially football, reflects leadership.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like, look at the way that Mike Tomlin carries himself.
Oh, my God.
That dude does not take 1 ounce of shit from anybody.
I love Mike
I
Tomlin.
love Mike Tomlin.
God, he's so fired.
Why don't people act like that? Even Anthony Lynn, he's been kind of pissing me off, some of the decisions that he's made over the last, like, 4 or 5 weeks.
And or just his comments, you know?
His comments, just a lot of little things. But, you know, he's still a man. He comes up there and he owns it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, you see Bill Cowher not owning shit. You see Bill Cowher with his hat backwards and a pencil in his freaking ear. Be a leader. Be the man.
Yeah.
Be the adult.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that game wasn't even on the list.
I don't know why I got so hot over that.
All right. I'm going to exclude a couple games here just so we can keep it moving. Pats at Chiefs. You know, obviously that one was postponed due to some coronavirus for Cam Newton, unfortunately. They say he can be back as early as this week. Okay. So he's completely asymptomatic, which is what 99.999999% of people with coronavirus are. Okay, unless you're 300 years old and a breeze would take you out. Sorry to talk smack, but they said he can be back as early as 5 days because that's how they're doing things in the NFL, which is very funny to me. You know, it's like, oh, we don't want to mess with the economy for the NFL yet. We can blow a whole economy for the United States. Anyways, another topic. But, yeah, he might be back next Sunday. He was out this week, unfortunately. Faced the Chiefs. Chiefs, it was a close game at half. I think it was like 6-3 or maybe 9-3. You know, the Patriots were able to contain them, and then the Chiefs got out ahead. They won 26-10. It was a battle between Hoyer and then I forget the second starter for the Patriots. Do you remember?
Stidham. Jared Stidham. Was he the second?
Yeah, Stidham. He looked okay.
I didn't really get to watch that game. I was working.
Okay, so nothing really to comment on that one.
Other than Patrick Mahomes is amazing. The fact that Bill Belichick can keep it a 2-score game.
Yeah.
Just Bill Belichick.
I'll touch on it a little bit. So it was 9-3 at half. Chiefs were up, I believe. They didn't have a touchdown, a couple field goals. And Brian Hoyer was in the red zone before half, and he took a costly sack, bro, that took him out of field goal range. And it was bad. It was like, that was a mistake. You are a veteran, and you're coached up by Bill Belichick and the greatest coaches. Like, that was just bad. So they benched him. They put in Stidham. Stidham threw a pick six that essentially it bounced off of Julian Edelman's hands on like a little out screen. It was perfect throw. Like, I don't know why he did it. Went through his hands. He wasn't very active in the first half with Hoyer. Dude ran it back for 6. So, I mean, yeah, the Patriots were in it a lot more than I thought they should have. On paper, it looks pretty bad, but I was impressed with them and their defensive scheme.
Not to mention that team flew out Monday morning.
That day.
They flew out that day. Their whole schedule, everything was thrown off. Their quarterback got dropped right before the game. Like, that's a horribly difficult situation to be in for them. So it's, I mean, hats off to them. They even kind of, like you said, were in the game.
Yeah.
Which is unbelievable.
Yeah,
being that at the Chiefs.
Yeah, they've been so nice.
So, I mean, hey, yeah, that's all I got on that one.
All right, last game to round it out, and then we'll get into our picks for this week coming up, and Aaron's on there as well. Packers-Falcons. Packers won that handedly. That was the Monday night game as well. Second game of the doubleheader due to the past Chiefs being postponed. Just wanted to shout out A-Rod, man. He was 27-33, 327 yards, had a damn near perfect QBR, 4 tutties, 0 picks, bro. And that's on the backs of you don't have your best receiver. Devontae Adams, apologies, drawing a blank. I was going to say Randall Cobb, but that's been like 10 years. Lazard's out, I believe. So, like, who are you doing it with, bro? You know, like, yeah, Aaron Jones is a great running back, but, like, dang, that's really impressive. You know, I have to swallow my words yet again. You know, Aaron's going to be happy, music to his ears, but A-Rod's been great this year. Last year, he looked like he was ready to take that dip, and I thought he'd be salty because he gets salty sometimes. We all know A-Rod, but he's looked good, man. Nothing short of an MVP candidate right there with Russell Wilson, so I'm very pleased for the Packers.
Speaking of MVP candidates, do you think Josh Allen's far out of that spot?
Number 3, close.
Close 3. I mean, I think Russell's going to get it if he continues to do what he does. But
Me too.
I think Josh Allen's been incredible.
Dude, he's so nice.
Like the fact that you can see game to game, like quarter of the season to quarter of the season, like how much he progresses.
Yeah.
The way he doesn't, I mean, that guy's got he's got a hose, but he also understands like when to like throw at different tempos. Like he understands the rhythm of the game better. I think the sky's the limit for that kid, and I love him.
I love him too. They beat the Raiders, right?
Right.
And the Raiders are pretty good. I think they're 2-2. I think they've ran up on 2 good teams. The team they lost to last week was, who knows?
I don't remember.
2-2, but they are a good team, bro. Everybody in the AFC West is good. Even the Chargers, although they're 1-3. But
we've been in every game. We've covered every spread we've been in.
Absolutely. Bills are nice, bro. They beat the Rams last week, who the Rams were a top 5 team by Stephen A. Smith, by a lot of analysts last week.
Are the Rams good? Because they have 3 wins against all NFC East opponents.
Dang.
And the NFC East is just not good.
No, I think the Rams are marginal. I think they're on the top tier, top 10 team.
Top 10 maybe, but we got to hold off on them in my opinion because they have beaten the worst, like 3 of the worst, like 6 teams in football.
No facts. I want to tell you, as far as Josh Allen goes, man, I'm extremely high on him as well. You know, he ran this was last week. I think me and Aaron were talking about it. I know you missed. You probably heard it, though, maybe. He ran a little bootleg, like, you know, at the 10-yard line, and he ran around and he scored a touchdown, and he looked so fast, bro. Like, I don't know what he ran as a 40 time, maybe like a 4.5, 4.6, right?
I don't think it was that fast, but he's got that football speed.
Dude, he's got wheels. And then they were like, this dude's 6'5", 240 pounds. And I was like, what? That's a Big Ben? Like, you're Big Ben size running like that? And
That's
you have
like
a gun?
me.
That's
Except fast and like really athletic.
right? 6'5", 240 with just speed, bro, and you got a cannon for an arm. And now you gave him Stephon Diggs, who's, you know, an alpha receiver. That's all he needed, bro. He had nobody the years prior. You've got a good defense. You've got a pretty good O-line, good run game.
Zach Moss and Singletary.
Singletary's been good, and then there's a third, but I can't think of his name right now.
I don't know either.
It's Zach Moss and Singletary is primarily. Yeah, man, like they're for real. They're up there. They could be a trouble in the AFC for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely.
What else?
So I think we're about ready to
Next games for this week.
jump into our games for this week.
Handle it.
Okay, for starting off, we're going Bills at Titans. Still a little bit of uncertainty. I think there's continuously being
Monitored.
monitored. I think some more and more guys are testing positive. But as of right now, in Tennessee, it is a pick 'em. So even whoever wins.
Gotcha.
Do you want to do you want to go through all 5, or do you want to give me your pick?
No, we'll do it first. Did you have Aaron's?
No, you're supposed to text them.
I did. I said write Aaron's name above the thing. All right. I got him.
Okay, I'll start off.
Yeah, you start off.
I'm going with the Bills for all the reasons we just talked about, and I think that the Titans are kind of in disarray right now with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's a pick 'em, I think I'm going to take the Bills straight up easy.
Yeah, I picked the Bills as well. They look promising. Yeah, like you said, the Titans are at disarray. People are out due to COVID, things like that. So I will pick the Bills. Aaron also did pick the Bills as well, which, come on, Aaron, bro. Have some faith in your team. I know I'm going to pick my Chargers, baby. Am I? Against the Saints? Ooh, the Saints. Yes, I am. We'll get into that game here in a second.
Hey, you pumped the brakes there, kid.
I know, pa. Lo siento, Holmes. All right, Colts at Browns is the next one. At Browns. Browns are projected to lose by 2.5 points to the Colts. I'm going to start this one because I feel very confident. I feel like the Browns are definitely going to win this game, bro. Not high on the Colts. The Browns are rolling right now. Who did they just beat? The Cowboys? Yeah, I don't think the Cowboys are good, but I like what the Browns are doing, bro. They're clicking. They're 3-1 right now. Last year, they were loud in the offseason. They boasted the fact that they had all this talent on the offensive end. Baker was talking all this smack. Odell. And they got bodied, bro. They got humbled. This year, they've been nothing but quiet. It's been nice. It's been very awesome. And the Browns look really good, man. I'm high on them as well over there. Are they in the NFC? No, they're not.
Browns are the AFC North.
Yep, with
The
the
best
Ravens.
division in football.
Sorry, apologies. But I think the Browns win this one. Aaron picked the Colts. He sucks. What do you got?
I got the Colts too.
Okay.
Listen, the
Well, you
Colts.
both suck.
Listen, the Browns. Nick Chubb just went out for the year,
Yep.
and
You saw their
the
backup
Colts-
running back, though?
Kareem Hunt is good.
No,
Obviously.
other one.
I don't know who the other one is.
Something Hernus. He had like 8 carries for 100 yards.
Okay, but let me finish.
That's on the back of a sicko line.
The Colts have the number 1 defense in the league,
Cool.
and every time Baker throws the ball more than
can't
24 times,
Yes.
I think they're 3-13.
Yep.
And I think that the Colts are going to get out to a good solid lead because of their offensive line and Jonathan Taylor and their great receiving core and Phil not effing things up. I do think the Browns will get behind. They'll start chucking the ball around, and I think they'll screw up. So I'm taking the Colts, and it's a 2.5 point lay. I think they're going to win the game, and I think it's going to be by at least a field goal.
Let's go. I think I'm in good shape for that one. Phillip Rivers, 16-29, so 50%, completion percentage, 190 yards, 6-yard average, 1 touchdown, 0 picks. It's probably the lowest stats I've ever seen Phillip Rivers have in the last 10 years. Jay Taylor, 17 carries for a smooth 64 yards. Nobody looked good, brother. I'm just saying.
Well, the
But I
Bears have
feel
a
you.
great defense.
They do have a great defense. That is indeed true. Then you got Big Dick Nick, who's pulling through, but he always looks bad when he's named the starter. He needs to come in. He's one
Yeah,
of
he
those
needs
guys.
to be the guy that is not supposed to start.
I can just tell you right now, sure-handedly, like you beat the Bears by 1 score, and they are the fakest 3-1 team that you've ever like.
Well, they were
they
so,
are. Thomas knows that damn well. Like, this is not a good team, bro.
I agree.
So we'll see about that one. Next one, you got the Raiders at Chiefs. Chiefs projected to win by a freaking bunch here, 11.5 points. Let's start with Aaron on this one. Should we do that to take the pressure off of us?
Aaron, what's your opinion?
Aaron, I pick no. He picks the Chiefs to beat the spread, 11.5 points. That's bold. I will say that I disagree with him on the Chiefs. I think the Raiders will get within that spread simply because, the Chiefs didn't beat the Patriots by 11.5, without their starting quarterback. I think the Raiders are better than we're
Didn't they
giving
beat
them.
him by 16?
Oh,
It's 26-10.
damn it.
Hey, mathematician.
Sorry, was that what we said? Either way, I think the Raiders are doing well. I like Darren Waller. I like their offense. I like their running back game. Defense is okay, and they're clicking enough to get it within 11.5. That's just me.
I
you got?
disagree.
All right, you think the
I
Chiefs?
think it's a divisional game and it'll be close.
Close.
Yeah.
So you agree with me?
I'm taking the Raiders. I think the Chiefs will win, but I don't think by 11.5.
Well, you agree with
I
me.
thought you said you picked the Chiefs too.
No, Aaron picked the Chiefs. I picked the
so
Raiders.
I do agree.
Yeah.
Sorry. I wasn't really. I kind of zoning out when you talked.
All right, copy. No worries. So me and you, the Raiders.
All right, so me and Dan got the Raiders.
Are we okay? Yep, nice. Next game, while Travis writes it, not a lot of good games this week, so we had to throw this one in there, but it is an interesting game for sure. So the Bengals are facing the Ravens. This is at Baltimore. Ravens are projected to win by a week high 13-point spread, which is just huge. You want to start this one? It's your turn. I think.
I'll take the start on this. I think that I'm going to take the Bengals. I think Joe Burrow is getting better and better every single week. I think that I kind of feel like Lamar Jackson is getting a little bit more and more exposed as weeks go on. I think that they're going to be able to play solid defense. And again, it's a divisional game. 13 points. I'm sorry. I know the Bengals aren't the best team in the world, but I feel like the Ravens' mediocrity on defense is kind of starting to come out. I don't think that the receivers are any kind of special outside of Mark Andrews. Their offensive line isn't necessarily special. It's just all Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
And I think it being a divisional game, and I know it's in Baltimore, but I don't think that really matters right now. There's no crowds.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Bengals.
Yeah, Aaron took the Bengals. I also take the Bengals. We'll make that one a clean sweep. Not necessarily, or not to win the game. I think that the Ravens do win the game. But I also almost kind of want to pick the Bengals to win the game just because that's a gut feeling. No facts behind that at all, unfortunately. But Joe Burrow got his first win last week, bro. He looks great. He is not looking as great as Herbert is, in my opinion, but I'm very high on him, man. And I could just see the Ravens losing for some reason, but I will pick the Bengals to win that spread, and so does Aaron, and so does Travis. Next game, final game, Chargers at Saints. Saints projected to win by 7.5, and it's my turn this round. I picked the Chargers. Did I? Oh, because I already
You
said
told
that.
us earlier, so I wrote it down.
I buried the lead. I picked the Chargers to take the dub, baby. It's Jay Herbert's round and time to win his first game. Let's go. Drew Brees has looked not good at all. Michael Thomas was back last week. Still didn't look good. He's just, for the last 3 years, he just hasn't had an arm anymore, bro. But defenses have understood, okay, let me sit back in the secondary. Let me give them those 5-yard dump-off passes. It's fine. Let's shore up our tackling, and it is what it is. The Chargers have good DBs. We can get after this dude, and he's just not going to throw a bomb over anybody's head anymore, and that just takes away such a big, factor of the game. I picked the Chargers to win it at the Saints, bro. Travis, what do you pick?
Listen, Drew Brees already signed his contract with NBC to be a game announcer. He was ready to retire. The Saints had to convince him to come back, and I think that he's not fully in the water. I think he's got a lukewarm approach to this season. I don't think that he can throw the ball down the field anymore.
Yeah.
And the Chargers are specialized in underneath zone coverage. They're good in that aspect. They can't guard over the top very well right now.
Yeah.
That's why guys like Kansas City has been cooking us like that. And Tom Brady, he had a bunch of deep throws. We weren't good over the top, but underneath, that's where we specialize.
We had a pick six underneath.
Exactly. So I think that we're going to thrive. I think the pass rush is going to be good. I think we'll be able to contain Kamara. I think Justin Herbert's got 3 games under his belt, and he keeps getting better and better and better. It's on Monday night next week, so we'll probably take off next podcast right after that game.
Fire.
I'm excited. And not only am I taking the Chargers, because 7.5 points.
Yeah, I
don't think the Saints are that good.
That's horrible.
I don't.
Some of these are just kind of easy. It's crazy.
So I'm going Chargers. Like you said, I'm being the bandwagon.
Chargers to win the game, baby.
I watched this team closely,
Nice.
and plus, we're gonna have guys. Mike Williams should be back. Last week against the Bucs, we missed our center, our right guard, and our right tackle. Trey
That's
Turner
insane, dude.
is our right guard, and Brian Beluga's our right tackle. They should be back next week. Eckler's out, but Joshua Kelly's looked pretty competent. Mm-hmm. I like what we're doing.
Justin Jackson will be there.
Justin Jackson will be there. I like our team. I like the way that we match up. I think that Herbert's going to start putting stuff together as time goes on, and I think that this is where it starts.
Get this. Aaron picked the Saints to cover that spread. What are you doing?
I mean,
that's why Aaron's 2-20. I love you, Aaron, but come on, bro. Quit being a hater.
Yeah, guys, I've been wrong on 2 picks in 4 weeks. So maybe you guys should just wait for me to go first and copy me. I don't know what you guys think.
I was with you with 4 out of the 5, but no, I will not do that. So
look at my name. I picked all away teams. TTTTT. I expect all away teams to cover spreads.
Did you really?
Yeah,
look.
You did. Well, because I just feel like you said, these spreads are so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Chiefs and Raiders 11.5 point spread. It's a divisional game. Ravens Bengals 13. It's a divisional game. Aaron said it last week on the podcast. I was listening. You never know what's going to happen in a divisional game. Anything can happen.
Oh yeah, facts.
And I don't think that teams blow out
I think the Browns are just going to smack the Colts in the mouth. That's one I think you're wrong about. But
I
you're going
could
to
be.
keep that.
I'm gonna keep mine. I'm gonna stand by it.
All right, put Aaron under the Saints, and then we'll take a picture, and we'll definitely know absolutely who was wrong and
Because
right next
I'm
week.
back, so we'll make sure to have things done correctly, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I just sit here and
God.
I don't know what I do.
God.
I just sit here.
Like, you
And
should
I
have
sit
seen
here.
it. The picture they sent me for last week's picks, it was a joke. Everything was all over the place. I couldn't read it. And the last game was Raiders versus Raiders. Raiders favored -3. That's the shit I'm dealing with.
It was Ed On who wrote that one up.
I feel like I'm a little bit of the organizer out of us three.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
All right. Baseball, we'll keep it real brief. Dodgers are up 5-1 right now, going into the 8th inning.
Bummer. Sorry, San Diego Padre fans.
I'm salty about it.
It was 1-1 top of the 5th. I wonder what happened.
See what had happened was, let me see what happened.
Well, what do you think about this Dodgers team? Do you think that this team is going to finally close the hump this year? You know who I want? I'm a Dodger fan, full disclosure.
Yeah.
Aaron and Daniel are definitely Padre fans.
This is probably the only series we really can talk about in this, so let's just milk it a little bit.
Yeah, that's
Go ahead.
fair. I think this is the best Dodger team that we've ever had.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we had a stacked team last year and years before, and then we just added Mookie Betts, who led the NFL in home runs, and this team led the NL in ERA. Like, this is the best. Like, the Dodgers have been fantastic for, 7 years? This is the best Dodgers team they've ever had. And you know who I really, really hope the Dodgers see in the World Series?
The Stros?
The Stros. I want to watch them just smack them, and I want there to be fights and drama and all this great stuff, and I just want them to get put in their place because hashtag never forget.
I know.
I'm never letting that go. The Astros, cheating Astros, man.
They won that first series in a 3-game series, and freaking their shortstop, Correa, did you see him? He was all hyped. He's like, yeah, we can. He was ecstatic that they won the first series against a team that was under 500. That was the wild card that had
Who
no
was
business.
that?
Who knows? I don't even know.
Yeah,
I'm not going to give that team.
Like,
And he was just so stoked. He's like, I guess you guys were wrong about us. Like, what? You won the first round of the playoffs, bro. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, it was embarrassing. Anyways, they're up 2-0 on their opponent right now, the Astros. I think they're facing the Athletics.
oh yeah, the A's, yeah.
Yeah, the A's. I said the Athletics. That sounded fancy, right?
They're facing the
Athletics?
Oakland
How-
Athletics.
I pronunciated too. Enunciated.
Enunciated their
Damn,
college
it's
graduate.
Pronounced,
I
enunciated.
pronunciated
That
real
was-
good.
I quit. I'm done. Yeah, but the Astros are up 2-0. Padres are looking like they're going to take the first L. As far as the Dodgers team goes, though, yeah, man, they clearly have the most talent out of any team. They've had that for the last 3 or 4 years. Even more so this year. The gap is very wide. You know, the thing that obviously as a Padres fan, the thing that I was kind of hanging my hat on and just hoping for is this, like, number one, anything can always happen in baseball. It's not like the NBA where the most talented team, 9 out of 10 times in the NBA, it's going to shake out for that most talented team. But baseball is just weird, man. I mean, 3 out of 10 times, if you get a hit, you're in the Hall of Fame as a baseball player. That's just a weird sport in general. And in a 7-game series in baseball, usually it'll play out the way it should. This series is a
Not
5.
always. That's the cool thing about baseball.
Not always, but even less so in a 5-game series, and that's what we got with the Padres-Dodgers. So
Yep.
that can make it interesting. You know, obviously we're down 5-1 for the last 5 years, or when I can remember, really. The Padres have just done historically bad regular season because that's all we've had. We've only been, the playoffs, it's been 14 years, but regular season, the Dodgers just body the Padres, and that sucks, you know. So, yeah, I think the Dodgers can absolutely go all the way, and I'd like to see it if the Padres don't make it.
Yeah, I mean, you got guys like Tatis Jr., Machado. Like, I mean, Tatis has definitely been a huge bright spot for the whole NL, the whole league. He's a bat flipping, FU, just all-star. You know what I mean? I love it. You want to see more and more of that.
Yeah.
I want to get rid of those old haggy white guys who don't want you to show any emotion, run around the bases.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for that team. You know, there's a little bit of buzz here in San Diego, which is kind of cool because they're our only sports team.
Yeah.
But all that being said, like, the Dodgers were the most talented team, and then they added the second best player in the entire league.
There it is.
Betts.
Boom.
You know, last year Cody Bellinger was the NL MVP, and he's batting 6th now.
Yeah, weird, huh?
Like, but it's just Corey Seager, you got Mookie, Justin Turner, all these guys, like, top to bottom, all 9. It's ridiculous. The pitching,
you guys are stacked.
It's unbelievable. It would be a very. I would love to see Dodgers Yankees in the World Series. That'd be fun. The world kind of wants to see that because Dodgers Yankees, LA, New York. but I think it'll be, or I don't think it'll be. It would also be cool to be Dodgers Astros. But I mean, don't want to put the cart before the horse here. Still got to get those wins. I mean, Padres are definitely a team, especially in a 5-game series.
Yeah.
Like you said, the shorter the series, the more likely that something crazy would happen.
Absolutely.
So that's my baseball talk. That's all I got.
No, you're right. I mean, I think that the Yankees do make it out of the American League over the Astros. They're just not like they were content coming out of the first round. And Correa, you just buried your lead, bro. Like it was just weird. Like you can't just be that hyped about it. He was, bro, and that's just not winning mentality. I like the Braves also out of the National League. They got Freeman. They got Ronald Acuna.
He's dope. I like him.
He was a monster. So they got a squadron over there. They're also in the National League. For once, the National League is pretty stacked, bro. So we'll see what happens there. I think the Yankees make it out, but should be a good little thing. I'm not going to pretend like I'm smarter than I am because that's an Aaron thing. Let's get in your game, bro.
That's what Aaron. No, Aaron. When you're not here, that's what happens. You guys all gave me shit last week because I wasn't.
I didn't mean that's not an Aaron. That's an Aaron thing. I meant Aaron's the baseball head. That came out very wrong.
All right,
Daniel. Beers. Sorry. Okay, what's your juego, Holmes?
All right, hey,
we got a game. First time in weeks.
You guys haven't been playing games?
We just been keeping it professional. Oh, there it is. Dang, that sounds like some Mario stuff right there.
All right, so I got a nice little game. It's a multiple choice game. It's a little,
Who's playing?
Chris and Daniel, you're both playing.
Nice.
It's a multiple choice. So,
Chris, you good?
Yep.
Nice.
It's a multiple choice. So going on right now is the NBA Finals, as we all know, and then all of our favorite, including Chris. I don't care what team you root for. You're a Laker fan now. Do you want to claim the Knicks? I don't know. You're welcome. You're a Laker fan now. So I have a little bit of NBA Finals trivia. I want to start off by saying the Lakers are obviously the Finals masters. They've been to the NBA Finals 32 out, I think, 77 or 78 years. Celtics 21 and won 17 titles. So what I'm going to do is with my first question.
What about the time up, baby? Let's go.
The first question, who is third all time on finals appearances? Lakers are 1, obviously. Celtics are 2. Okay. Who's third? Is it A, the Warriors, B, the Bulls? I don't know why I said Bills. Bulls. Or C, the Spurs? Chris, you can start it out.
Yeah, Chris, you do start it out.
I want to say the Warriors, but I'm going to go with the Bulls.
It's the Bulls. Absolutely.
It's not the Bulls. It's
Really?
the Warriors.
Damn.
The Warriors with Wilt Chamberlain went 3 or 4 times, and they just went 5 the last 5 years combined 10 times.
I know the Bulls
Bulls have only been there 6 times.
Appearances? Oh, but my bad. But chips overall, the Bulls are third.
The Bulls are third, and then Spurs
All right,
are
I dropped
actually
the ball.
second with 9. Bulls are third with 6.
Gotcha.
Okay, so Chris is also got that wrong. So Daniel nobody's got it equal.
Oh, 0 points. We suck again.
Hey, Chris, for next podcast, I want to get a ding for whenever you guys get the questions right. All right, like
Okay.
a ding.
Right now, I just got this buzzer.
No, dude, click that twice for wrong. Darn it.
There you go.
I like it.
Nice, something light.
All right, second question. Who has the most steals in an NBA Finals game, which is 7?
Give me the numbers. Give me
Is
the
it
peeps.
A, Scottie Pippen, B, Danny Ainge, or C, I almost said 3, or C, Robert Horry? Daniel, you start this one.
I'll pick Danny Ainge.
The old Celtics great. What do you got, Chris?
I don't know who any of these guys are, but I will follow suit.
And you
right.
should not have had.
Daggone it, we suck.
Robert Horry
Wow,
had
that's
7 steals in the 95 finals with the Houston Rockets.
crazy.
Isn't that nuts? You guys,
Yeah.
I thought that was an easy one because, like, why the F would I put Robert Horry in there?
Me too. I thought the same.
But that's why.
So is there anything easy? Like, what are we doing?
Okay, come on. What do you want me to do? Throw you softballs?
I got a quick little trivia for both of you
Okay,
guys.
let's hear it.
Robert Horry is one of 2 guys to be on 3 different teams that won a championship. Do you know the second guy? I don't have a multiple choice. Sorry, this is off the top of the dome.
Nope.
He played with Michael Jordan, he played with Kobe, and he played with David Robinson. I'll tell you that.
Michael Jordan, Kobe, and David Robinson? I got
No. Sorry. Michael Jordan, Kobe, and he played with the Pistons.
Is it Dennis Rodman?
No.
I don't know that.
It's John Sally.
I don't know.
You don't know John Sal?
No, I know who he is, but I had no idea.
You would have never guessed
I would
that?
have never guessed that.
All right, cool. Well, it's a fun little trivia, right?
I guess. Thanks.
I
Dad.
met that guy at the Welks.
Did you really?
He was there, bro. It was nuts. You know?
I met.
I looked
Jerry
him up
Springer
Okay.
at the Welk, and I also met the chick from Full House, the weird neighbor.
I don't remember.
Remember that the weird neighbor girl?
If it's not the twins, I don't know.
All right. Okay. All right.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Third question:
Yes, sir.
Who has the most blocks in one game in NBA Finals history?
Yeah.
Is it A. Hakeem Olajuwon, B. Tim Duncan, or C. Dwight Howard?
All right, your
Chris
turn,
has to go
Chris.
first.
Yeah, Chris, come on.
Tim Duncan.
You sound confident. Say it with the chest, Chris.
I'll go Dwight.
It is Dwight.
Oh!
In 2009, Dwight Howard had 9 blocks against the Lakers in a loss. So
Wait.
Daniel's got 1.
Wait, most blocks in the finals?
Yeah, 1 game.
Damn, that's crazy.
9.
Yeah.
He almost 1 block away from a triple-double.
He was just disgusting.
People forget, dude, how
Oh, yeah.
dominant he was when he was great. He was a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Just
There's no one that does it like in the last, since he's been there on the Magic, no one's been a big like that, bro. Like, no one. Anyways.
so
next.
Daniel's got 1. Chris ain't got none.
We're doing bad. We're combined 1 and 9 right now, or 1 and 8.
All right, this question.
No, that's wrong math. Sorry.
Who has the most NBA Finals losses, series, not just games? Like, who has lost the most series? Is it A, Jerry West, B, LeBron James, or C, Wilt Chamberlain? Daniel goes first.
I'll go LeBron.
Chris?
The second one.
LeBron was the second one. You want to go with that?
Yeah.
Dang it.
Jerry West lost 9.
Damn.
He's 1-9 in the NBA Finals.
Damn. Dude, that's brutal.
Yeah, and he lost all 9 of those.
He's
to
the
the Celtics.
logo.
He lost all 9 of those to the Celtics.
And that was
You know
just,
his nickname is Mr. Clutch?
yeah.
I don't know
Obviously
why. I don't
not.
know why he's got that. Like,
That's crazy.
and it wasn't until they got Elgin Baylor and Wilt Chamberlain that he won.
He would have got bodied in today's
And
day
they didn't even
age.
beat. Imagine how he literally lost all 9 of those finals to the Celtics, and I think they beat like the Sixers or something for the one title he did get. What a lack of satisfaction!
That sucks.
Like that is so unfulfilling.
God. Yeah.
That sucks.
Way to go, Jerry. You could have given us like 5 more championships.
Okay.
Anyways.
Final question, which is worth 2, and Daniel has
Nice.
to go first.
All right, bet.
Who has scored the most 3-pointers in a final game?
Oh, it's over with. I got it.
Is it A, Steph,
Yeah.
B, Kyrie,
Yeah.
or C, Klay Thompson?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Clay.
All right, Chris. You can't go with Klay. You got to pick something else.
The first one.
Who's the first one? Was Steph.
It
Yeah.
was Steph.
It was Steph.
Damn it.
Chris wins.
I figured it was. Yeah.
Steph had 9 3-pointers in the 2016 finals against the Cavs. I think game 3.
Wow.
He had 9.
That's fire.
That's the most in NBA history. I thought Kyrie was going to trick you.
Nah. No, it didn't. I thought maybe it was Clay.
I mean, Klay would have been a reasonable guess too. But Chris takes this one with 2 at the last question, and Daniel doesn't know anything.
9 threes is gross. That's
I don't know
crazy.
if you guys know any of this, but every single question, Robert Horry, Dwight Howard, Jerry West, and all of them had Lakers on them, except for the last one was Steph. All the other ones were at least 1-point Lakers.
I should have known.
I mean, the Lakers are just, gosh. I'm sorry, Yankees, but the Lakers are the greatest franchise in sports.
Like, excluding Michael Jordan, like the next 5 best players of all time are absolutely on our team.
Yeah, or at least have played for them.
You got Wilt, you got Kareem, you
got
got
Magic.
Magic, you got LeBron, you got Kobe,
You got Shaq,
you got Shaq.
you got Jerry,
I mean, yeah, Jerry too. Yeah.
if you want to throw him in there.
But like, what?
It's stupid.
That's a disgusting franchise, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry
and-
to be homers again, but like,
But like, and then on top of that, they've won finals in every single decade. The Yankees won like 24 of their 27 finals or World Series before they let black people play.
facts.
I feel like that takes a little bit away from their
Same with the Celtics. Let's
Celtics-
go. Oh no.
No, the Celtics won 1 finals since they had color TV, so I'm taking that away too.
You got to.
So
You
I'm
know?
sorry, the Lakers' excellence
We just stay relevant.
stay relevant. Even the last, here we are on top again. All right, just I want to let you guys know by next week,
Weird.
Aaron, me, and Daniel will all be back, and the Los Angeles Lakers should be crowned as the 2020 NBA Final champions. And I am
Oh,
going to let everybody know on Twitter.
come on.
Can't wait to see what Twitter has to say.
This is Travis's first time owning a championship team in his career as a sports fan viewer, correct?
Yeah, because I didn't really watch basketball till like 2011 or 12, so I didn't really watch
Just in time for us
the
to win one.
Lakers. I know, right?
And
This
we
is
were
going to
bad.
break the old curse.
God, I hope we can with you.
And watch
You're a
and
jinx.
watch the Dodgers win too, dude. 2020 is my year.
God, that'd be
Sorry,
crazy.
COVID.
Nice. Yeah, there it is. All right, friends. Well, appreciate the listen. Go ahead and follow at Copy and Steal. If you need some, content creation, hit him up, man. He's looking for people to work with right now. He's a freaking talent, man. Like, you want him on your side 100%. He's helped us out tremendously, always gives great ideas, great advice, and he's a super good dude on top of that. So hit him up, please. Like, I don't think anybody has. Maybe they have, Chris, have they?
Yeah, no, I'm working with a lot of close people in my bubble right now, but do follow.
Yeah, no, Chris,
just to keep.
Yeah,
an eye on what's happening.
follow him. He's a busy man, but he could squeeze you in there. Worst case scenario, he's got a lot of people he's working with. But man, the studio setup is super dope. Everything is top notch, 100%. Appreciate the hospitality as
And
always.
please tell your friends if you have friends that are sports fans. Like, spread the word, man. Like, we're trying to keep growing, and we need your support.
Boom, we're on pace to make $0 in 30 years too. Let's go. No, just play.
All right, guys.
All right,
We'll see you
y'all
next week
time.
as champions.
All right, later.